Hello, good morning, good night, or good evening, wherever you're at on the world. This is Lord Holland, your operations guru, and I have a How Not to Play again from Mr. Deathwing, one of my primary replay providers. Thank you again, Mr. Deathwing, for sending this in, because this one, apparently from what you sent me, was a bad one. But even I like bad ones. This one I have absolutely no idea how it went wrong so badly.
Good luck and fair seas.
Attention Task Force Commander.
And Raptor Rescue makes no sense at all how you could fail this off. Raptor Rescue is one of the easiest of all the ops. The only easiest one after that's Cherry Blossom. Raptor Rescue and Cherry Blossom are like the easiest. If you're losing on those ones, someone's got a problem. I'll be honest. I honestly don't know how you could fail. Now, as many people know, I don't try to badmouth players on my channel. Now, for his team, he gets a Lexington, Amagi, California, New Mexico, Anasio, the Tier 8 Pan American Cruiser, and the Prince Eugen. Now, the Prince Eugen and the California are in a division together. No, not the same clan tag, so probably two people that just divvied up. Or buddies. Who knows? Now, the CV has apparently launched like 2 rocket planes, and he's gone after the Aoba and the Fuso. And he's missed, like, I think he missed, like, the whole rocket set, and then he missed the first set of torps. Now he's circling back around. Yeah, he's lost about a half that squadron, looks like, at least. So, based on, from that amount of healthy lob, the Fuso lob, I don't think the CV has, torpedo, negation skill on. Or, no, proximity fuse on, sorry. He doesn't have proximity fuse. That was an interesting one right there. You heard Deathwing actually bounce Fuso shells on a short, which is ridiculously funny and also very unlikely. So he was just at that right angle. That would have killed him if it had been any other player. Now it is taking them way too long to get this battleship down. They are not going to get the 1 star. I can already tell that. Personally, I feel like that 1 minute thing doesn't really tick right at some point, sometimes. Because I'm in a battleship sometimes, and I swear that a minute goes by when I'm shooting, and he hasn't gone down after like 2 salvos. So I honestly think there's a little bug in that 1 minute thing, or some leeway. But he is cursing out his team. Sad and stupid. So it's hard to really, I can understand why. New Mexico and the Amagi are back there. California is going behind the rock. Anasio and the Prince Eugen are behind the rock, not trying to tell if the cruisers are coming. And Deathwing's detected, which could mean that it's either the north or the south, but we have the CV in the south spotting. So we already know they're in the north, and no one on this team apparently did the old battleship trick of shoot your guns and see if you're detected trick. So we got issues with our battleships already. Deathwing is at like half health, and he's taking on a full health Aoba. Normally, I would give it to the Aoba, but that Aoba, being a bot, does start to turn broadside to Mr. Deathwing. So, opening himself up to a strike.
The ship is on fire.
That's why I'm not really sure the Lexington's even a good ship anymore. You saw the torps drop. Now, with any other carrier, those torps would have hit. But Lexington just has such slow torpedoes. And he says, and you all need to stop playing operations, you suck. A little poor sportsmanship from Mr. Deathwing, but his team. I think by the end of this video, you'll be agreeing with Mr. Deathwing. Now, the Amagi is going south. There's still a Mayoko out there. None of the ships are even trying to shoot. And this CV is still using his rocket planes. I can't tell if he's using Tiny Tims or HVARs. The limited number of like shells I saw coming from that CV, I imagine he's using Tiny Tims.
This is engineer. All stations. I have equipment.
And Tiny Tims are great, but you've got to know how to use them. And the limited number of rockets has to be you have to be really skillful to use those rockets. They're not easy rockets to use. Not even I like to use them, but I'm still pretty good with them. Still have to use them on a Saipan or my San Yang, Sazong. So they're not an easy rocket to use. The HVARs are much more friendlier. But the California and the Prince Eugen, they know the cruiser's there. And I think they're trying to get out and around, but Raptor's already lost like 10k of its health. And that's never a good sign. And Deathwing's running out of health here. Now the Ignacio is going south with the Amagi, so that's 2 cruisers or 2 ships out of the fight.
Destroyer. It's crucial for the Attention, squadron commander. According to
I'll be picking up the Ignacio soon, so I'll be running her in ops to give you an idea of if she's a good option. And I'm curious to see how this op goes bad. It's hard to tell. Now they do pick up the Mayoko.
Enemy destroyer sunk.
It's kind of sad at the same time. Deathwing's almost 100,000 damage. And I wonder how much damage his team's done. That's where it gets kind of questioning. I don't know how much damage his team's done. But again, look at our Mr. Lexington. I want to look at Mr. Lexington. He's beached himself basically on the rock. Normally that might be a good position, but I'm not so sure. And we have battleships showing up, so we know right there and then it's a D1 spawn.
Torpedoes to start.
Because if you see battleship, you already know it's a D1, E1 spawn. Or evac point, sorry. But it's an evac point of the battle. And the CV, and the Lexington's already taking fire. He's about at almost half health now. He's not detected though. Yet.
Raptor. Task force
And the Ignacio is just spamming his
Copy. This is
hydroacoustic and everything a lot. Like, I think that's the second time he spammed it. Let's see. He did it once. Yeah, this is the second time he's burned the hydro radar. And Deathwing saying pretty sad when people can't make strategic decisions against scripted AI that does everything. And it is kind of sad. It is. ops are
This is Raptor.
super predictable. So you shouldn't. So now Lexington does pick up that kill. He does pick up that kill, but that was kind of like a gift. And the California is going to go after the CV. Oh boy, and Mr. Prince Eugen, he's at half health. I don't know how he lost half his health. I don't know. I honestly don't know. They're going to pick up the ships in the south, though.
We're dead.
But Amagi's beach, Anacio's, well, almost beach. It's not looking good. And apparently the Lexington was spotted by the cruisers, got focused by the battleships and everything, and is dead. Yeah, so that's never a good spot for CV. No. If you're in a CV, you want to stay with the transports or go to some of the islands. And I will be making CV positioning guides. I still owe Mr. Hyper Bullfish on the forums. He wants that, so I'll be making it. Now the Inacio is pushing, trying to go after that Mayoko, and dies to Torps. Probably because he kept spamming the Hydro, and now he definitely going to at least protect the carry, but the California's nowhere to be seen. He's not going to be any help anytime soon.
Enemy cruiser sunk.
He's going to go after that CV and leave the transports unprotected. The Anacio's down. The Prince Eugen's like still probably at half health, or at least there. And Prince Eugen does not have the torp power to kill those battleships, even with its torp. But the fact that that California is going all the way north, why? I know I told you guys that it actually goes all the way north around that up into the A3, A4 line, but actually, surprisingly, it actually swings back around. If you wait long enough, it actually will swing back around. Now, they do pick up that California, or the Shokaku. California gets in the fire, but he's way out of position, and Prince Eugen goes down to the Fuso. Oh boy.
This is Raptor. Time's up. I can't wait any longer.
Honestly can't. I don't have words for this. And I know DeathWing can't do much. He's in a shores. That thing has 25mm armor. The only thing he bounces is, well, if anything, he can bounce him a Congo and a Fuso, but the Amagi, he ain't gonna bounce that. And the Raptor's not gonna be any help because his plane just got shredded. But the New York is literally, or New Mexico is literally has been kind of sailing, putt-putting. Oh, now he's seeing it's a complete waste of energy. Part of it is, as I understand, DeathWing is being a little toxic, of course. But the team is not giving him any reasons to not say it. He cannot. I don't know if his DeathWing can pull this off. When the battleships get that much health and are closing in that kind of range, on the CV, there's nothing you can do unless you're in a Massachusetts or a Linden and can slap him. But he's got triple fires. And the secondaries are whittling them down. He's not going to get that second set off. And he's not going to even get turned around to drop that second set of torps. He'll die before the second set even goes off. He might get it off, just barely. Yeah, he'll get it off, just barely. And there goes definitely the secondaries. I think his wreck is going to block the Raptor, but Raptor's gone. Raptor's gone. the battleships were absolutely terrible, honestly. Amagi honestly could have had perfect broadside shots, and yeah, there goes the repair ship, and Raptor's going down next. The HE just citadels it to death. It's gone.
Attention. Carrier Raptor lost. Primary mission failed.
So, oh great! Now the Inacio's saying noobs, but you're the one that died to torps. So, okay, so my final verdict on that. Where to begin? So, the Lexington beaching and staying there was complete stupidity. He basically left himself open and just got focused by battleships. Prince Eugen was half health when he steamed out. And had he been alive when Deathwing made his charge, together with the two, they could have killed those two battleships and then potentially swung around and killed the last one and saved the op. But the California going north was stupid. It's a California. It's basically a slower New Mexico. Or New Mexico, basically, with better AA. And it's not that good of a ship. It's just an HE spammer, honestly. And it kills cruisers with AP, but other than that, there's not much that sets the California apart. New Mexico is a tier 6, so he just demonstrated, poor positioning. Had he been more aggressive and had the positioning, he could have made more of a difference. But he just doesn't have the positioning. And that could come from, lack of play, lack of knowing the ops. I honestly don't know. Amagi, here's what I would have done different. I know people like to get 5. I know Raptor Rescue's an easy one to get 5 stars on. But here's what people don't do. Give up the Southern CV. Give it up. Forget about it. If you can already tell it's gonna be a hard match going in, give up the Southern CV. Forget about it. Don't go after it. Just let it run. Just let it be by. Just be whatever. Let it go. That's what the Amagi should have done and the Inacio should have done. They should have just let those ships go. Let them go. The fact that the Inacio charged into a Mayoko that was based on where he was angled, his AP shells, yes, they have improved ricochet angles, but at that kind of distance, he would not have been able to citadel. Because the Inacio, from what I see, only gets 8 guns. 2 in the front, or 4 in the front, 4 in the back. So, and the whole gimmick of those ships is using its funny button. If you can't use the funny button, the ships are pretty weak. And I don't know if he had enough experience with the funny button technique or anything. So, it's really hard to say what the hell happened. But it was pretty bad. Just a lot of stuff goes wrong. I will be attaching my spawn guide to Raptor Rescue with all the spawns and everything to this video. This is one of them that I'm like, don't repeat this. Honestly, if I had been in that match, the whole team would have ended up on my blacklist. So I could have at least been aware of when I would meet them next. But thank you, DeathWing, for sending that in. That was kind of slightly painful to watch. I hope the players out there in that video can see my YouTube page and will, you know, be able to learn from it. Hopefully you can learn from this mistake, but I really hope you can improve, folks. Please don't repeat what you saw in this video. This is slightly heartbreaking to see. Take care.